in my life, I have not spent 90 days in jail. Only 2 nights. But Domingo, Tony Domingo, has spent a lot of time in jail. And Domingo is the kid that came to my house every day when I was so depressed I couldn't get out of bed, and he said, "Let's go running." And Domingo is the kid that has turned me on to more books to read to improve my life. And Domingo, I lost a bet at work. And the bet was that if the employees hit this goal, then I would give them a bonus. And if the employees didn't hit this goal, I'd eat a can of Alpo dog food. Did you hear that? So I ate a can of Alpo dog food because they didn't hit the goal. And that sucked. But I believe we do things for 1 or 2 reasons, because we have to or because we want to. And I wanted them to hit that goal, and I wanted to pay that bonus because I didn't even want to eat a can of Alpo dog food. Well, then the next month we did it again, and they didn't hit the goal. I started kind of liking Alpo, not really. So I said, "Oh, I'm not doing it again." I said, "I'll tell you what, if you guys don't hit your goal this month, I will run from Stillwater, Oklahoma to Oklahoma City." Last day of July, first day of August, they didn't hit the goal. 7:30 at night, well, that afternoon I knew I was going to have to start running that night, and Domingo said, "Who's going to run with you?" I said, "I don't have anybody that's going to run with me." He said, "You're not going to do this on your own. I will do it with you." He had no reason to do it. He didn't have to do it. He and I got out of the car in Stillwater at 7:30 that Friday, and we ran until about 1 a.m. in the morning. We slept for 2 hours in the back of a Suburban, and then after that we ran to Edmond, and we slept for 1 more hour, and we got to my office in the very south part of Edmond at 2:30 in the afternoon. And I was sunburned, and Domingo was sunburned. And I don't think I've ever been that tired before. But he did that to support me. And I will never, ever, ever forget what he did for me. And he got arrested. And I helped to get an attorney. When he was like 16, 17 years old, I said, "You've got to get your citizenship." And he wouldn't fill the paperwork out. And he ended up in Oklahoma County Jail, and they wanted to deport him when he was in his 20s. But he was a legal citizen, but he hadn't done the paperwork, and they wanted to deport him. And so some other friends and I got together, and we got $10,000 together to hire an immigration attorney so that he wouldn't get deported. We all have problems. We're always going to have problems. We need each other. We need our families. We need our friends. We need our books. When I read, I know that I am not alone. I can read the experiences of other people, and I can take the good and I can leave the bad. It's time for another drawing. Ready? All right. Tatiana Zavala.